Hello, good people. Mark Holmes here, as always. I appreciate each and every one of you guys. So I am on my way back to the red brick house. One of the things that my wife absolutely, positively loves is actually pho. Pho, we've made it actually here on the channel before, and the problem I have, at least down here in the red brick house, is I haven't been able to find just bones at the grocery store that's down here. When I am back up in Northern Virginia, Fresh World, you can just buy beef bones and make pho. So what I've been doing down here currently has been, I've been buying T-bones and porterhouse steak, and I've cut the meat off of them and used the bones from those to do it. Well, the only problem with that is those steaks are about, anywhere from $10 to $14 a pound. So I'm not getting a lot of bones to be able to make a lot at one time. But my great friend, Jet, who he did the lollipop drumsticks that were just incredible to eat. He's talked to me about this local butcher that's in Stanton, Virginia, that's called The Meeting Place, and says I should be able to get some bones there. And so I'm hoping I can get a good amount of bones. And what I'm going to do is I have this really great steam pot it's huge. I use it for cooking if I'm going to go ahead and do a crab boil because it's really big, or if I'm going to do like a really big event. This thing is huge. But I'll do a really big pot of pho, because the thing with pho is, you've got to char the onions and the peppers and the ginger roots and all that stuff to go in there. You've got to get the bones boiled. You got to boil the bones first for about 5 minutes, and then dump all that out and clean the bones so you get rid of all that grease and the nastiness with it. And then you're going to need to slow cook those bones, for several hours, and of course adding the stuff in there. So getting the broth is key. Now once you get the broth, the great thing about that is you can just get your fresh fixings to go on it. You get your bean sprouts, you end up getting your avocado chunks, and you can add some noodles into it if you want to, or your thin sliced beef. And so what I would love to be able to do is get enough beef bones that I can go ahead and just make me a big pot of it where, I've got 3 gallons or so of it, and put, say, a quart containers in the freezer. So when she just wants that beef broth, because it's even great just to have that and just have the broth, especially if you're fasting, or if she wants to actually have some pho, you can just take it out of the freezer. And the great thing would be is, this is for those days that I don't know what we're going to have for dinner. Real easily, we've got pho. So we're going to go check this place out. It's kind of on my way back down here in Stanton, and we'll see. Well, we're here at the meeting place, and I can say that this is going to be fun. My good friend Jet told me about this, and hopefully we can get ourselves some great bones. And see, this is what I'm talking about. We are actually out in the middle of farmland here. This is a local butcher. I bet you could go ahead and bring in your cow or your pig, and they'll butcher it up for you and everything else. So let's go ahead and check this out. How you doing? How you doing? Oh, man. I think I'm gonna get that right there. I think I'm gonna get that chuck roast right there, so that way, I was talking about doing some shredded tacos, but I want to see if we can get some bones from them. So we'll check with them and see. Now that's a butcher bone. That's what I'm talking about. Oh, we got bones galore. Oh my goodness, that's exactly what I'm looking for. Now can I, since we're fellow Cowboy fans suffering, is it possible to cut those like in half of that size?
That's what I was going to ask you.
Yeah, that's perfect, because I'm making some pho soup for my wife.
Okay.
And if you can cut them in about 3 inches, or just cut that in half, that's perfect.
Okay, you want to cut this way?
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
So
some folks want them cut this way to give them access to a narrow.
I don't think it needs to be. Like I said, I'm going to be cooking them down slowly to make the beef broth and stuff. But
So, just want a couple of these?
give me about 5.
All right, let's see what that looks like.
Okay. All right. So we got the bones. We got the bones. And listen, this guy right here. I'm sorry. What's your name? He's a diehard Cowboy fan since the Ice Bowl, and he looked at me in my Cowboy shirt. Just shook his head. Just shook his head, literally. That is going to be perfect.
That's the size you want?
That is exactly what I'm looking for. Let's see. That's a bandsaw right there. That's a bandsaw. So we're going to get that. And I'm going to get me a chuck roast, and we're going to do that too. So we'll be able to get about 4 of these and use those. And I think I'm going to get some oxtail. They have some to put into it as well. So we're going to get back and we're going to make some soup. I'm excited. Look at these bones. These are fantastic. So I've gotten plenty. So we're going to get these back home. We're going to thaw them out because I think they're frozen. And we're going to go ahead and get them boiling and get the yuck off of them and then just make this broth. This will make my wife really happy. And the shredded tacos, they're going to make me happy too. Definitely. Oh, man. Look at that. Captains. Great Northern beans. I'm going to get me some northern beans to go with it. Oh, they've got more bones right there. Shank bones. Boom.